yum yum. The word of cocoa, in pity speak, oh speak, I pray you.
Why is he singing?
Because it's a musical.
Who are you who asks these questions?
Come, gather around me, and I'll tell you. A wandering minstrel, I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and a dreamy lullaby. My love is long through every patch dredging, and to your humor's changing, and to my song song, and to my song. Are you in a sentimental mood? I'll sigh with you. Oh, song. Oh, maiden's coldness, do you blue? I'll do so too. I'll tell your many years with songs of marvelous years. I'll sing my letter to years, I'll share with you. Oh, sorrow, sorrow. A patriotic sentiment is wanted, a patriotic ballad cut and dry. For where'er our country's banner may be planted, all of the local banners are deployed. Our warriors in semi-rank and semi-long, never will they can sing as if we do. And they shouldn't be surprised if nations tremble before the mighty troops that moves up here from you. And if you call for a song of the sea, we'll leave the capstan around. With a yo-heave ho for the wind is free, your anchors trip and your helms a leap, we're off for the homeward bound. Play a lovely stormy gale, and keep along the sticks. But the happiest hour a sailor sees his way is down by the Leyland Drop, with a lady on his knee, yo-oh, and his arm around her waist. A wandering minstrel, I,
A thing of shreds and patches.
am
And what may be your business with the young man?
I'll tell you. A year ago, I was a member of the Titty Poo Town Band. It was my job to take the cap around for contributions. While discharging that delicate office, I saw Yum Yum. We loved each other at once, but I learned that she was betrothed to her guardian Coco, the cheap tailor, and I saw that my suit was hopeless. Overwhelmed with despair, I left the town. But imagine my delight, my joy, when a month ago I learned that Coco had been sentenced to death for flirting. I hurried back as quickly as I could in the hope of finding Yum Yum at liberty to listen to my proposal of marriage.
It is true, Coco was condemned to death for flirting, but was pardoned at the last moment and raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner under these following remarkable circumstances. Resolved to triumph, never triumph, in my best be steady.
The cheap tailor is the Lord High Executioner of Titipu? That is the highest rank a citizen can attain.
It is. Our logical Mikado, seeing no moral difference between the dignified judge who condemns a man to die and the industrious headsman who carries out the sentence, has rolled the two offices into one. And so every judge is now his own executioner.
But how good of you, for I see that you are a nobleman of highest rank, to condescend to tell all this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-flawed ancestral descent. You will understand this when I tell you that I can trace my ancestry back to the cousin of the daughter-in-law of the former second owner of Noah, the ark builder's favorite ferret. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I can't help it. I was born with my nose in the air. But I struggle hard to overcome this defect. I overcome my pride continually. When all the great officers of state resigned at once, because they were too proud to serve under an ex-tailor, did I not accept all their positions at once?
And the salaries attached to them, you did.
It is my degrading duty to serve this upstart as head of the Treasury, the Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, General Accountant, head of the Social Security Administration, Lord High Admiral, we are, Archbishop of Titipu, head of Homeland Security, and the Lord Mayor, both acting and elect, all rolled into one. And at a salary, a poobah paid for his services, I a salaried minion. But I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it does you credit, sir.
But I don't stop there. I go and dine in middle-class houses on reasonable terms. I dance at cheap suburban parties for a market fee. I accept refreshment from many hands, however lowly. And I also retail state secrets at a very low figure. Consequently, any further information about Yum Yum falls under the heading of a state secret. Another insult, and I think it's a light one.
Young man, despair, likewise go to Yum Yum, the very you must not do. It will not do, I'm sorry for you, you very thirsty commissioner. It's every day to Yum Yum. We'll find a way of with people and the rumble when the Lord High execution. And the drums will crash, and the drums will break, and the heart will shine. She'll call away, yes, she'll show with the Lord High execution.
Brass will crash and the trumpet break and the heart against the red.
She'll tunnel away, yes, to be sure, with the Lord High Executioner. So with things as you may see, and in your face so we have been, but don't blame me, I'm sorry to be, have your pleasure, have a sheep better.
And the drums will crash, and the drums will break, and the coronation
She'll tunnel away, yes, to be sure, with the Lord High executioner.
Brass will crash and the trumpet break and the heart against the red.
She'll tunnel away, yes, to be sure, with the Lord High Executioner.
I have traveled for a month or nearly so, only to learn that Yum Yum is going to be married to Coco today.
The facts appear as you have recited them. But here he comes, equipped and suits his station. He will give you any further information.
Where is he?
Maybe he didn't hear it. Let's do it again.
Up here in the balcony thingy. Although I'm sorry, I seem to be very, very lost. If you'll just give me one moment. Riley, how do I get down there? I have to jump? I'm gonna use the stairs, how about that? Okay, I'll be right down. My goodness gracious, this place is too big for me. Alright. Okay, I'm alright. I didn't die. I'm really glad nobody got it. Okay. Step. Left foot. Right foot. Left foot. Oh. Okay. I need to lose some weight. I really do. My goodness. Alright. It's okay. I'm here now. Everything can continue as it's supposed to. I'm very sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. I locked my snickersnee, which is what I call my axe, in my car, and then I realized, I'm gonna need that. So I had to break out one of my windows, then I reached in my pocket and my keys were there. So now I have a broken window, but then I went to the wrong church, which was really upsetting. There were a bunch of Chinese people there. I was completely wrong. But I'm here now, so I'll just... Can we take it from the top? Thank you guys, I love you. I really do. I promise.
Behold the Lord high and exalted,
breeze, wafted by your favoring gale, as one sometimes is in trances, to a heights that few can scale, filled with long weary dances. Sure they never had a man under such like circumstances, so adventurous a time, which may rank with most romances, taken from the county by a set of gas. I'm much touched by this reception, and I should hope that, by strict attention to duty, it will ever be my duty to deserve such high praise. Thank you. And I would like to think that if I'm ever called upon to act professionally, I shall have no trouble in finding someone whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it will happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground, who never would be missed. There's the pestilential nuisances who beg for autographs, all people who have flabby hands and irritating laughs, and children who all scream in stores and parents who ignore, and those who think that common sense and manners are a bore, and those that still drive in cars when they've gone round the twist. They none of them be missed. He's not them on the list. He's not them on the list. And then none of them be missed. And none of them be missed. The karaoke singers still alive, they're our good grace. And those that bump their fists, I've got them on the list. And people who smoke cigarettes and puff them in your face, they never would be missed. All the idiots who praise us with enthusiastic tone, reality TV and all the apps on your cell phones, politicians living high in Washington DC, as they refuse to spend a day in our reality, and not just finding hands to shake and babies to be kissed. I don't think they'd be missed. I'm sure they'd not be missed. He's not them on the list. And I don't think they'll be missed. I'm sure they'll not be missed. And those that sit at traffic lights, though they have turned to green, and the proctologists, I've got you on the list, and those who cannot speak without the aid of the obscene, they never would be missed. Waitresses that make you wait, accountants of all kinds, or little girls who kiss and tell, and only talk in lines. What's her face? So-and-so. Also, you know who. The task of filling up the list I'd rather leave to you, cause it really doesn't matter whom you put up on the list, for they none of them be missed. You may put them on the list, and none of them be missed, and none of them be missed. Shoo. Go away. Poobah. It seems the events coinciding with my upcoming marriage must last a week. I would like to do it very well, and I thought I ought to consult you as to the amount I should spend upon them.
Certainly. In which of my roles, as head of the Treasury, the Lord Chamberlain, Attorney General, General Accountant,
head of the Social Security Administration, or private secretary?
Well, suppose we say as private secretary.
Speaking as your private secretary, Mike, as the city will have to pay for it, don't stretch yourself, do it well.
As the city will have to pay for it. That is your advice.
As your private secretary. But you will understand that as the general accountant, I must make sure that due economy is observed.
Oh, but you just said, don't stint yourself, do it well.
As your private secretary.
And now you're saying that due economy must be observed.
Yeah, as the general accountant.
I see. Come over here with the general accountant can't hear us. Now, as my attorney, how would you advise me to deal with this difficulty?
Forget about it. Speaking as your attorney, I shall have no hesitation saying, chance it.
Thank you, I will.
If it were not that, as the Lord Chief Justice, I must make sure that no laws are violated.
I see. Come over here with the Lord Chief Justice can't hear us. Now, as head of the Treasury.
Speaking as the head of the Treasury, I could so propose a special vote that would cover all expenses. If it were not that, as the leader of the opposition, I must resist this tooth and nail. Or, as the paymaster general, I could so cook the accounts that as the Lord High Auditor, I should never discover the fraud.
But then, as Archbishop of Tietipu, it will be my duty to denounce this dishonesty.
Why are you singing, sir?
It's in the script.
Then carry on.
And then I have to put myself under house arrest as the
First Commissioner of Police.
That is extremely awkward.
Well, I wouldn't say all these high officials couldn't be squared, but they wouldn't be so degraded in their own estimation unless they were insulted with a very considerable bribe.
The matter shall have my careful consideration. But my bride and her sister's approach, and any little compliment on your part, such as an abject grovel and characteristic Japanese attitude, would be a great favor.
No money, no grovel.
That's my bride that is to be.
You're not going to kiss me before all these people.
Well, I'm not going to kiss you after them.
This seems odd, doesn't it?
It's a bit odd.
I suspect it's all right. You must start somewhere. Well, of course I know nothing of these things, but I've no objection if it's what's usual.
It's quite usual. Eh, Lord Chamberlain?
I have noted down.
Thank goodness that's over. Why, let's go!
Excuse me? Will you present me?
Oh, this is just
One at a time, if you please.
If you please. This is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully.
You two. She met what instrument?
The triangle.
Yes, I think that was the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward, young man. Oh, I know I deserve your anger.
Anger? Why, not a bit, my boy. I mean, I love her myself. Cute eyes, nice hair, altogether a pretty little thing, isn't she? Glad to know my opinion's backed by such a competent authority. Take him away.
I beg your pardon. But what is this? A dress dummy?
That, my dear girl, is an important personage.
Go away, little girls. It's not nice to talk to little girls today. There you go, there's Diaz.
Poobah, allow me to present you. These are my 3 wards, and the one in the middle is my bride-elect.
And what do you want me to do with them? Mind, I won't kiss them.
No, you mustn't kiss them, just a mere grovel, something of that nature.
It goes against my better judgment. Besides, they are not young ladies. They are young persons.
Well, come, give us a go, there's a good man.
Well, I won't mean it.
You don't have to.
Howdy-do, little girls, howdy-do. Oh, my fair loving ancestor.
No, that was good.
I don't see what is so funny. I do not say, howdy-do, little girls, howdy-do, to young persons. Besides, I'm not in the habit of saying, howdy-do, little girls, howdy-do, unless they are over the rank of a stockbroker.
Don't laugh at him, he's got a condition. He's under treatment for it. It's alright, Poobah, they don't understand the delicacy of your situation.
But we understand the delicacy, don't we?
We do indeed. How a man of your noble rank can condescend to say such things is something that I never can and never will understand. Huh. Come while we ponder this nut.
What's a ponder?
A ponder is like a pond, but bigger.
At last we are alone. I have searched for you night and day for 3 weeks, only to find that you're getting married to Coco today?
Alas, yes.
But you do not love him?
Alas, no.
A tempted rapture. But then why do you not refuse him?
Well, what good would that do? He's my guardian, and he wouldn't let me marry you.
But I would wait until you are of age.
You forget that in Japan, girls do not arrive at years of discretion until they are 50.
True. From 17 to 49 are considered years of indiscretion.
Besides, a wandering minstrel who plays a small percussion instrument outside of tea houses is hardly a fitting husband for the ward of a Lord High Executioner.
Shall I tell her? Yes, she will not betray me. What if it should prove that, after all, I am no musician?
There, I was certain of it the moment I heard you play.
And what if it should prove that I am, in fact, the son of His Majesty the Mikado?
Son of the Mikado? Wait, but why is Your Highness in disguise? And what has Your Highness done? And will Your Highness promise to never do it again?
Some years ago, I had the misfortune to captivate Kadisha, an elderly lady in my father's court. She misconstrued my simple friendliness into expressions of affection and claimed me in marriage under my father's law. My father, being the Simon Cowell Gordon Ramsay of his generation, decreed that I must marry her within a week, or else perish disgracefully on the scaffold. Naturally, I fled his court that very night, and, disguising myself as an expert triangle player, joined the band in which you found me, where I had the joys.
If you please, I think Your Highness had better not come too near. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone. Nobody can see us.
Still, that doesn't make it right. To flirt is capital.
It is capital.
And we must obey the law.
Forget the law.
I wish I could, but I can't.
If it wasn't for the law, how happy we might be.
How happy indeed.
Why, we should be sitting next to each other, like this.
Instead of having to sit half a mile off. Like this.
We should be gazing into each other's eyes, like this.
Breathing sighs of unutterable love, like this.
With our arms around each other's waists, like this.
As it is, of course we couldn't do anything at the time.
Oh, not for the world.
Being engaged to Coco.
And being engaged to Coco. Were you not to Coco tonight, I would sing tender tones. Coco, let us be united. Let us be each other's own. I would merge all rank and station. Worldly spheres are not close. And to all my admiration, I would kiss you fondly lost. I would kiss you fondly lost.
But as I'm engaged to Coco, to embrace you thus, this I know would distinctly be a no-no. And for this I should be loco. Loco.
So in spite of all temptation, such a thing I have discussed, and on no consideration will I kiss you once. Will I kiss you once? Let me make it clear to you, this is what I'll never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this. This is what I'll never, never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this. This is what I'll never do.
You'll never do.
I'll never do.
You'll never do all this.
This is what I'll never, never do.
now.
And I have a theme song, and it's really cool. And now, hey,
Ew.
there she goes. To think how entirely my future happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel. Oh, matrimony. Excuse me, sir. Can you not see that I am soliloquizing? You have interrupted my monologue, sir. This needs to be important.
I'm the bearer of this letter from His Majesty, the Mikado.
Brain freeze. A letter from the Mikado? What could he have to say to me? It's in Japanese. Oh. Here we go. Alright, I thought this would come sooner or later. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Titipu for a year, and decrees that unless somebody is beheaded within 1 month, the post of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished, and the city reduced to the rank of a village.
But that would involve us all in an irretrievable ruin.
We'd be known as the village people.
Stop! Go away! Yes, it seems that I must execute someone at once. The only question is, who shall it be?
Well, seeing as you're already under sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
To me? Why, my good sir, I cannot execute myself.
Why not?
Why not? Because in the first place, self-decapitation is a very dangerous and difficult process. And in the second, it's suicide, which is a capital offense, and that's punishable by death.
That is true, no doubt.
We might table that point for later.
And we'll bring it up 6 months later before the full court.
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try.
I mean, if you only succeed in cutting half off, that would be something.
It would show a genuine attempt to comply with imperial will.
No, I'm sorry, but there I am inflexible. As Lord Headsman, I cannot consent to an execution that I will not see a full and successful result of.
Your professional carefulness is highly honorable, but it puts all of us in a very awkward position.
My good sir, your position is grace itself compared to that of a man engaged in the act of cutting off his own head.
I'm afraid that. Unless you can find a substitute.
A substitute. A substitute. Nothing easy. Poobah, I appoint you Lord High Substitute. You're welcome.
I should be delighted. Such an honor, it realizes my fondest dreams. But no, alas, I should set bounds to my insatiable ambitions.
I am so proud if I allowed my family right to be I die. I volunteer to quit this sphere instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified.
dreams within the schemes both good and new for but if I fix the benefits that I diffuse the tangled roots, now every man to read his plan must plot and plan as best he can.
I heard one day a gentleman say that criminals move like that. Can hardly fear the fate to steal and slow or slain without much pain. This is true and jolly for you, your courage renewed to bid us adieu.
My brain it teems within the same family, but if I fix the benefits that I diffuse the tangled roots, now every man to read his plan must plot and plan as best he can. And so, although I'm ready to go, to recollect or disrespect that I neglect to thus affect the same direct, so I object.
And so, although I wish to go, and greatly pine to brightly shine, to take the line of a hero line with Greek online, I must decline.
Go and show a friend and so how much you dear. I'm quite aware it's your affair, yet I declare I take your share, but I don't much care.
So I object. So I object. So I object. So I object. Nothing just I object. To sit in solemn silence in a dark, 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 in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a cheek and chimney chopper on a big black clock. To sit in solemn silence in a dark, 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 in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a cheek and chimney chopper on a big black clock. A tall, dark, dark, a lifelong lock, a short, sharp shock, a big black clock. To sit in solemn silence in a pestilential prison and awaiting the sensation from a cheek and chimney chopper on a big black clock. Awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock of a chicken chimney chocolate on a big black clock. To sit in solemn silence in a dark, 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 in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock of a chicken chimney chocolate on a big black clock. A dark, 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 a lifelong lock, a short, sharp shock, a big black clock. To sit in solemn silence in a pestilential prison and awaiting the sensation from a chicken chimney chocolate on a big black appalled. To think I who allowed myself to be acquitted at the last possible second must now execute myself or find someone to be executed in my place within 30 days? Is this what they call public service? Is this what they call public gratitude? Is this what the world has come to? Excuse me, sir. You are the second person to interrupt my monologue. Am I never to be permitted to finish my monologue? Just once!
Please, go on. Don't mind me.
Thank you. Is this what the world has come to? Even our gong was made in China. What are you going to do with that bottle?
Oh, I'm going to end an unendurable existence.
End your existence. What for?
Because you are going to marry the girl I adore.
Oh, nonsense. You mustn't do anything of the sort. If you try anything of the sort, I will call Mikado at once.
That's absurd. Why, if you attempt to raise any sort of alarm, I'll perform the happy deed instantly with this dagger.
No. Why, you cold-blooded villain, are you aware that in attempting to take your own life, you are committing suicide, which is a capital offense which is punishable by death? Substitute!
Come again?
Are you absolutely certain you must end your existence?
Absolutely.
Will nothing change your mind?
Nothing.
Threats, prayers, entreaties, promises I don't intend to keep, nothing at all.
All useless. My mind is made up.
So then why spoil yourself with suicide when you could be publicly executed at the hands of the Lord High Executioner?
I don't see how that would benefit me.
You don't? But my boy, think about it, think about it. You'll live for a month, like a king, at my expense. And then the day will come. There will be parades, ceremonies, parties. You will be the central figure, and no one will try to deprive you of that distinction. And then the time will come. Everyone will be in tears. Yum Yum will be tragically distressed. And then, BAM! Fireworks! You won't be there to see them, but I will enjoy them.
Do you really think Yum Yum would be tragically distressed?
Why, of course. She's the most tender-hearted creature alive.
I shouldn't want to cause her any worry. Perhaps if I were to leave Japan and travel in Europe for a couple of years, I might try to forget her.
Oh, I don't think you could forget Yum Yum so easily. Besides, what is more depressing than a loveless life?
True.
A life without Yum Yum, why? It seems absurd.
And yet, there are a great many people in the world who have to endure it.
And you're quite right not to be one of them.
I won't be one of them.
Good fellow.
I tell you how we'll manage it. Let me marry Yum Yum tomorrow, and in a month you may behead me.
No, I'm sorry, but I draw the line at Yum Yum.
Very well. If you can draw lines, so can
Okay,
I.
hold on. How can I marry Yum Yum if you're going to marry Yum Yum?
Good fellow. You haven't thought this all the way through. In a month, Yum Yum will be a widow, free to marry you.
Yes, but that makes my position over the next month most awkward.
Not half so awkward as my position at the end of it.
Well, yes. All right. But you won't turn Yum Yum against me. I've educated her entire life to think that I'm a good and wise man, and I won't have anyone trying to convince her otherwise.
Oh, don't worry. She'll never learn the truth from me.
Good. Hold this. I just love you so much.
With aspects stern and gloomy stride, we come to learn how you decide. Don't hesitate, your choice to name. What dreadful fate you'll suffer all the same. A dreadful fate you'll suffer all the same.
To ask you what you need to do, we culturally appear.
Congratulate me, citizens, I found a volunteer.
The Japanese equivalent are here, here.
'Tis Nanky Boo.
Here we go.
I think no surrender. Now I adore this girl with passion tender, and could not yield her with a ready will. Or who was if I did not adore myself with passion tender still, with passion tender still.
Ah, yes, he loves himself with passion tender still.
Take her. She's yours. Not you.
The present cloud has passed away.
The donkey,
Oh, the night may come too soon.
yet in the afternoon.
Then let the throng joy and rest with laughing song and merry dance. Then let the throng joy and dance with laughing song and merry dance. With laughing song and merry dance. With laughing song. With joyous shouts and ringing cheer. King of your rest, King of your and every burden. Joyous shout and cheer. And ringing cheer. With joyous shout and ringing cheer. King of your rest, every burden. Laughing song, merry dance. With laughing song and merry dance.
As in among you not, I if all tells us true, 'twere empty compliment, cry long like tormenting fools. But as one not live as fellow citizen, this toast with 3 times 3 will give long life. Long life to you, long life to you, long life to you.
Your rebel face, assist me, all of you. I claim my promised husband, Mikado. A fool to shun delights that never die. Come back, oh shadow fool, come back to joy. Ill-favored one.
Ah, 'tis Katusha, the maid of whom I told you.
No, you shall not go. These arms shall thus enfold you. Thy heart unbind, give me my place. Oh, fool, oh, blind, oh, rash, oh, base. Thy heart unbind, give me my place.
If she's not right, restore her place. Oh fool, oh blind, oh rash, oh base.
Thy doom is nigh, thy knell is rung. Pink cheek, bright eye, rose lips, smooth tongue. Thy doom is nigh, thy knell is rung.
If true heart still thy hand is wrong, pink cheek, bright eye, rose lip, smooth tongue.
Thy doom is nigh, thy
We not prosecute your quest, but our intentions well expressed. You cannot turn us. The stakes of your engagement fused for words. The person you accuse does not concern concern us, for he's going to marry him. Marry for all will be merry, and you had better somehow enjoy our expression on the subject of where you meet down. You'll find there are many who read more of many who where your guidance is found. There's lots of good fish in the sea. On the subject of where you meet down, we think you had better somehow. You'll find there are many who read more of many who read more of many. There are lots of good fish in the sea. There are lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea.
drawback. Oh, I don't know about that. It all depends. It all depends. He'll find it a drawback. Not necessarily. It all depends. I think it very indelicate of you to refer to such a subject on such a day. If my married happiness is to be cut short, well, cut short in a month, then why can't you just let me forget it?
I'm in tears. And on her wedding day.
They've been reminding me that in a month you're to be beheaded. Yes, we've been reminding her that you're to be beheaded. It's true. You are to be beheaded.
Some bridegrooms might be depressed by this kind of talk. Don't dry your eyes, little one. These divisions of time are purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours make a day?
There's a popular impression to that effect.
No, we'll call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. At that rate, we've about 30 years of married happiness ahead of us.
And at that rate, this interview has lasted 4 hours and 3 quarters. Yes, how time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
Don't let's be downhearted. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Certainly. Let's be perfectly happy.
By all means, let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
Yes. It's absurd to cry. Quite ridiculous.
Dry your eyes. A traditional tea ceremony will cheer you. I know it will.
All right.
Go on. Don't mind me.
But I'm afraid we're distressing you.
It's no matter. I must learn to bear it. Only please do it by degrees. First by putting your arm around her waist. There. Let me get used to that first.
Oh, wouldn't you like to retire? It must pain you to see us so affectionate together.
No, I must get used to it. Now, oblige me by allowing her head to rest on your shoulder.
Like that?
I'm much obliged. Now, kiss her. Thank you. It's simply torture.
It's only 4 months.
No, there's no use deluding oneself with false hopes.
What do you mean?
My child, my poor child. How shall I tell her? My little bride that was to have been.
What is to have been?
Yes, you can never be mine.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I've just learned that by the Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Buried alive!
Who told you this?
He's my twinnie.
But he may be mistaken.
So I thought, but then I consulted the precinct judge, the attorney general, the general accountant, the court recorder, head of Homeland Security, Lord High Admiral. They're all of the same opinion. I've never heard such agreement on a point of law in my entire life.
But that law has never been put into force.
Not yet. You see, flirting is the only crime punishable by decapitation. And as you and I both know, married men never flirt.
True. So, may I take it then that my dream of happiness is at an end?
Oh, darling, I don't want to appear selfish. I love you with all my heart. I don't suppose I've ever loved anyone half as much. But when I agreed to marry you, Pumpkin, I had no idea that I should be buried alive in a month.
Nor did I. This is the first I've heard of it.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh, it does make a difference, of
You
course.
see, a burial alive is such a stark death.
It is a beast of a death.
You see my difficulty.
Yes, and I see my own. Why, if I require you to keep your promise, then you must be buried alive. But if I release you from it, then you marry Coco at once.
Here's a howdy-do, if I marry you. When your time has come to perish, then the maiden whom you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do.
Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding, let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's the state of things, too much of things. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit your notion, burial it brings. Here's the state of things, here's the state of things.
With a passion that's intent to worship and adore, but the laws of common sense we ought to ignore. If what we say is true, 'tis time to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things.
Here's a howdy-do.
Here's how,
Here's how we do.
For if what you say is true, I cannot marry you.
here's a pretty, pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do.
Here's how we do. 'Tis trouble for those two. If they would, they both shall die. The perfect little miss shall cry. Her just deserts are due. Here's a howdy do. Here's a howdy do.
Gossip,
You see, I'm quite helpless.
I quite see that.
I can't think of anything that could possibly be more distressing than having one's marriage called off at the last possible second. But it's no matter. Since you shall not have a wedding of your own, you shall come to mine.
It's very kind of you to offer, but I'm afraid that's impossible.
Impossible? Why so?
Well, today I die. I can't live without Yum Yum. Therefore, this afternoon I performed a happy deed.
No. You mustn't do that. If you kill yourself, what is to become of me? Why, I'll have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem that way.
What?
The Mikado and his entourage are nearing the city. They'll be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado? And his entourage. He's coming to see whether his orders have been carried out or not. Listen, you. A bargain's a bargain, and you mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide when you are bound by contract to die disgracefully at the hands of the public executioner!
Very well then. Behead me.
Right now?
Certainly, at once.
Chop it off then! Chop it off!
Why, my good fellow, I don't go around prepared to execute people at a moment's notice. Besides, I've never even killed a spider.
Still, as Lord High Executioner...
As Lord High Executioner, I'm bound to decapitate this man in 30 days. I'm not ready yet. I was going to take class. You know, maybe a class where they start you with an easy-weensy little guinea pig and you chop his head off. And you work your way through the animal kingdom until you reach expert triangle player. Besides, as a humane man, you don't suppose that I would have accepted the post of Lord High Executioner if I had not thought that the duties were purely nominal. I mean, Mikado, I can't kill you. I can't kill anything. I can't kill anybody!
Oh, come now, old fellow.
Sorry!
Now, we all have unpleasant duties we must attend to. And if I don't mind, why should you? Remember, sooner or later, it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
I mean, why kill you when having a written statement that I have will do just as well? Here are plenty of witnesses. The court recorder, precinct judge, head of Homeland Security, Lord Mayor, general accountants, private secretary, head of the Treasury, and Lord High Admiral.
Where are they?
They're all right here. And they'll swear to it. Won't you?
Am I to understand that you want us, high officers of state, to perjure ourselves, to lie, to save your skin?
Why not? You'll be grossly insulted as usual.
Will that be cash down or on credit?
Do you have PayPal?
Sign here, please. S. Sawyer.
Oh,
what?
No. Sorry, Coco's left-handed. Ding!
Very well then. Choose your fiction and I'll endorse it.
But I tell you, it's no good. A life without Yum Yum.
Oh, yum. Bother, yum. Commissioner, fetch yum. You will take Yum and marry Yum at once, and then you will leave this town and never, ever return. Do you understand? Yum, are you particularly busy?
Well, we're getting married in 12
Okay, so you've got about 5 minutes to spare.
5 minutes.
Then stand before His Grace and be married at once.
But if I'm to be buried alive,
Don't ask questions. Just do as I say, and Yankee will explain all. Your Grace, the vows.
oh wait, you have it. Make it. These things take time. You're never gonna get one.
Shall we begin? Wait, Mrs. Rowe. The bride is over here.
Marriage. Do you, expert triangle player?
Nanky Poo.
Yes. Do you take this woman to be a lawfully wedded wife?
I most certainly do.
And do you
Okay,
feel-
all right, we get it. It's a musical. Stop singing.
Do you object?
No, just keep going.
Female young person,
Young man.
of course. Do you take this man to be a lawfully wedded husband?
I absolutely certainly do.
And in the presence of the head of the Treasury, the Lord Chief Justice, the Attorney General, the Law Accountant, head of the Social Security Administration.
Okay, we
and
get
all the
it.
high-
I can do accents too. Get on with it.
Do hereby pronounce you husband and wife. You may now. You may.
Drive. All right. It's time for a photo. Fuji.
Yes.
Here, put it on Facebook.
I can't. It's disposable. Besides, there's no time. The Mikado and his entourage approach. And if you're still here, I'm going to have a hard time explaining that you have been decapitated.
Move on, go! Go, Boots, go! That was close.
running rhythm of harmless merriment. My object goes behind, I shall achieve in time, that the punishment is the crime, and make each prisoner pent, and willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
A source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The advertising whack titles with tales of countless cures. His teeth, I meant, shall all be extracted by terrified animals. Those sick-thin models who struggle with casual need to swallow their pride are chained to a rack or fed a Big Mac and slowly tough and fried. The telemarketing callers who manage to bring it the worst time of day are given a ruse to go on a cruise and ship back to their homes one day. The idiot who's an Elvis Spotto, traveling by land and by sea, is first collected and then subjected to the music of Kenny G. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, let the punishment fit the crime, punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
Pubescent skateboard rider cuts it and drives you nuts. He's chained to a goat aboard a big boat until he screws his guts. Those headbanging hands, his radio's blasts the noise and refuse to stem. A lawful gator, an elevator, playing all wrong lessons in there. But most of all, the modern day man is TV chef who swears like a pill. His first strict nude, then barbecue is his mouth. Watch out, so. Noxious salesman shouting on TV, disrupting our tranquil lives. Slice to the pink, most appropriately with a set of Zonkinsu knives. Right! There's more. My obstacles sublime, I shall achieve in time. Let punishment fit the crime, punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
Your Majesty, I am honored to welcome you to our city, and I would like you to know that I guessed the arrival of your visit, and you will be pleased. Your orders have been carried out. We've just had an execution.
Ah, you've had an execution.
Yes, the coroner has just handed me the certificate of death.
I'm the coroner.
I see. And this is a certificate of death. My word. My good fellow, it's in Japanese.
I had that problem earlier. Just, whoosh! Whoosh!
I see. Thank you. At Titipu, in the presence of the Goodwill Ambassador, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State for the Home Department, Lord Mayor, and General Accountant.
All those officers were there, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
Very good. I only wish I had been in time for performance.
It really was a remarkable scene. He was a man of tremendous strength, and he put up quite a struggle. You should have been there.
Describe it.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a frightful, frantic, fearful frown, I raised my big right arm. I grabbed him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and goggled, I drew my snake snake, my snake snake. Oh, never shall I forget the cry of the shrieking he. As I gnashed my teeth, when from my sheath I drew my snicker sneak.
We know him well, he cannot tell untrue or groundless tales. He always tries to utter lies, and every time he fails. Shivered and shook as he gave the sign for the smoke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eyes met mine, and it seemed to raise his nerve. For it nodded his head and kissed his hand, and it whistled in air did he. As the saber true cut cleanly through his cervical vertebrae. His vertebrae. When a man's afraid, a musical fate is a cheering sound to sing. And it's so unglad that moment sad was soothed by sight of me. Her terrible tale, your class was sail, his drooping quite a breeze. His face intact, for faultless fact, amounts to a disease.
Now though you have said that head was dead, for its own and dead was he.
It stood on its neck with a smile well red, and bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your impudent talk, and naught but as humble as could be. For it clearly knew the deference due to a man of any and its slow I love this deathly bow was a touching sight to see. Though trumpless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
It's all to you, he speaks the truth whenever he finds it best. And in this case, it all took place exactly as we said. Exactly, 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 exactly as we said.
There we go. My hearing came back. I see. All of this is very interesting. Very interesting. And I should have liked to have seen it. I really would have. But no matter. We came on a totally different mission.
Totally different.
For you see, a year ago, my son, heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Had he any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatsoever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. and yet he fled.
I'm surprised that he would run away from from one so lovely.
That's not true.
No, it isn't.
You hold that I am not beautiful because my face is plain. But you know nothing. You are yet unenlightened. Learn then that beauty is not only to be found in the face. My face is plain.
Yes, it is.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles to see it, and my right elbow has a fascination that few can resist.
Allow me.
No. It is on view Tuesdays and Fridays from noon until 3. As for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled.
No.
And is now masquerading in this town as an expert triangle player.
An expert triangle player.
Quite the dreadful thing, isn't it? Would it be troubling you too much if I asked you to produce him? He goes by the name of
Nanky-poo.
Nanky-poo.
Stupid name.
It truly is.
It's quite easy, that is, it's rather difficult. In point of fact, he's gone. He's gone traveling abroad.
No.
Gone abroad? Ugh, give me his address.
His address. He went to Boldly Go.
Where no man has ever gone before.
Live long and prosper.
See here, it's his name. It's Nanky-poo. He was beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another? Where shall I find another?
Are you alright? Okay. Oh, dear, dear, dear. This is very tiresome. My poor fellow, in your anxiety to carry out my wishes, you have beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
Your Majesty, I beg to offer an unqualified apology.
I wish to associate myself with an expression of regret.
We hadn't the least idea. Not the least idea.
Of course you haven't. How could you? Come, don't distress yourselves. If a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as an expert triangle player, gives me shivers every time. He must take the consequences. It truly distresses me to see you carry on so. I have no doubt he thoroughly deserved all that he got.
We are infinitely obliged to your Majesty.
Yes, much obliged, Your Majesty. Yes, much obliged, Your Majesty.
Very much obliged, Your Majesty.
Obliged? Not a bit, don't mention it. How could you tell?
Of course we couldn't tell who this man really was.
It wasn't written on his forehead, you know. It wasn't tattooed on him anywhere either, as far as I can see.
It might have been written on the band of his shorts, but we never really talked about that.
My dear. ranks here. I forget the punishment for bringing about the death of the heir of barons.
Punishment!
Yes, it's something lingering. With boiling oil in it, I think.
Yes.
I know it's something lingering, but amusing. And it either has boiling oil or melted lead. But I'm not quite sure. Oh, don't worry. I'm not the least bit angry.
Your Majesty, you have our assurance. We had no idea.
Of course you hadn't.
I knew nothing about it. I was still opening up.
I wasn't there.
That is the pathetic part of it. For you see, the fool of the law says, for contributing to the death of the heir apparent, there is not a word about your mistake, or not knowing, or having no notion, or having absolutely no notion, or not being there. There should be, of course.
Yes!
But there isn't. That is just the slovenly way in which these laws are always drawn up. But cheer up. I'll have it altered.
Yes.
Next session. For now, let us see about your execution. My pad is in here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Executions. I need an iPad for these things. Here's an opening. Can you wait till after luncheon? Can the execution wait till then?
Yes, it can wait till then.
Yeah.
Very good. Click. There. Then we shall make it after luncheon.
I don't want any lunch.
I am truly very sorry for you all. But it is an unjust world, and virtue is only triumphant in theatrical performances. Come along, my dear. Let's eat. I was thinking we might order Chinese.
Well, a nice mess you've gotten us into with your nodding neck indifference due to a man of pedigree.
Merely corroborative detail intended to give artistic merit to an otherwise bald and unconvincing narrative.
Cooperative detail indeed. Corroborative my grandmother.
And you two, just as bad as he is with your catching his eye and whistling in air. But that's so like you. You must put in your 2 yen.
But what about your big right arm?
Yes, in your Snickers feet. Wait, that's right. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing that can be done about that. But there is something that can be done. Nanky Poo hasn't left yet. He must come to life at once. Nanky Poo! Come here. I've good news for you. You're reprieved.
Oh, but I'm afraid that's impossible. You see, I'm a dead man now, and I'm off for money.
No. A terrible thing has just happened. It seems that you're the son of the... the big M.
Well, yes, but that happened a long time ago.
This is no time for jokes. Your father is here, and with Katisha.
My father? With Katisha?
Yes, he wants you at once.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
Well, you see, Kadisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm married already. Naturally, she's going to insist on my execution, and if I am executed, my wife must be buried alive.
You see our difficulty.
I do, but I don't know what to do about it.
There's one chance for you. You could persuade Kadisha to marry you. If she were married, then she would have no further claim on me, and I could come back to life without any difficulty.
I marry Kadisha.
I really think that is the only course.
But my girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Oh, but that's only her face. She has a right elbow, which people come miles to see.
And I heard her right heel is much admired by connoisseurs.
I'm sorry, but I decline.
Well, the choice is yours, of course, but the fact is, while Kadisha is single, I prefer to remain a disembodied spirit. When Kadisha is married, then life will be as welcome as the flowers in spring.
Well, then why don't you just think about it?
Okay, I will. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, breathe promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of summer of roses so fine, of the summer of roses so fine. And that's what we mean when we say everything is as welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, the caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say, or I sing, oh bother the flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, oh bother your flowers of spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Catchy.
You are the miscreant who robbed me of my love. But vengeance pursues you. They are heating the cauldrons.
Can't you show, behold, a suppliant at your feet. Can't you show mercy?
Mercy? Mercy? Did you have mercy on him? You have slain my love. He did not love me, but he would have loved me in time. Only the educated palate can appreciate me. And I was educating his palate when he left me. Well, he's dead now. But shall I find another? It takes years to train a man to love me. And you robbed me of my prey, my pupil, when his education was on the point of completion. Wherever shall I find another?
Here.
What?
Kaji-san? For years, I have loved you with a white, hot straitjacket. No. With a white, hot passion that has been slowly but surely consuming my very vitals.
Yes?
Shrink not from me if there ought an ounce of woman's mercy in thy heart. Turn not away from a love vomit, a love sick suppliant, whose every fiber thrills at your tiniest touch.
Stop it!
I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else! True is it that under a poor mask of puke, of disgust, I have endeavored to conceal my true feelings that have been burning the fires of my soul. But the fires cannot be contained, will not be smothered. And the fires, they defy all attempt at extinction, Katisha, and not only extinction, but the thing. What is that? Breaking what? Breaking waves? No. Breaking winds?
Ew.
No. Breaking forth to declare themselves in words that cannot be weighed, should not be schooled, or too severely criticized? Katisha? I dare not hope for your love, but I will not live without it. Darling.
You whose hands still reek of the blood of my love, you dare to address words of passion to me, the woman that you have so foully wronged.
I do. Katisha, return my love, or I shall perish on the spot. Ah! Splinter!
What are you doing?
Going to give myself a life-threatening burn.
Oh, stop it! No one knows so well as I that no one ever yet died of a broken heart.
You know not what you say. Let me tell you a story? Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story of a lovesick bird that died of a broken heart. Have a seat. On a tree by a river, that tough worm on your window inside. With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And he slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, saying, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit, willow. And he sobbed and he sighed, the gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into a billowy wave, and an echo rose from his watery grave. Willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. 'Twas blight to affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit, willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you will know why, though I probably shall not explain as I die. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow.
Did he really die of love?
Yes, he really did.
All because of a cruel ladybird?
Yep.
Poor little dear.
It wasn't a deer, it was a bird. Weren't you listening? He was very fond of her, and I knew him quite well. It was a tragic tale.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
He must have been very fond of her.
His dedication was something extraordinary.
And if I refuse you, you will go and you will do the same? You will throw yourself into the cold ocean and die?
At once.
Oh, please, you mustn't do that. Oh, anything but that. Oh, it really just seems so silly.
Yeah, you are.
And if let's see, you don't mind at all if I'm just a teeny tiny little itsy bit vicious?
Katisha, there's a certain beauty in viciousness.
Ha! My idea exactly. There's beauty in the bellow of the blast. There's grandeur in the growling of a gale. There's something overblowing when the lion is roaring and the tiger is lashing of its tail.
Yes, I'd like to see a tiger from the Congo with a Niger, and especially with lashing of its tail.
Volcanoes have a splendor that is grand, and earthquakes only terrify the dolts. But to him as scientific, there is nothing as terrific as the falling of a flying thunderbolts.
Yes, in spite of all my weakness, if I had a little weakness, it's a passion for flight of thunderbolts.
If that is true, sing dairy down dairy, it's evident very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily, merry nor tardily, tarry till day is done.
There's beauty in extremely old age. Do you fancy you are elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting is a maiden all the better when she's tough.
Throughout the White Dominion, there's a general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think? I should wait until you're 80 in the shade. There's a fascination frantic and a room that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
To the matter that you mentioned, I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed. If that is true, sing dairy down dairy, it's evident very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily, merry nor tardily, tarry till day is done. If that is is true. Sweet dairy down dairy is evident. Very hard teeth are one. We will go and merrily marry Lord Charlie. Till day is done. Sweet dairy down dairy is evident. Very well merrily marry today. Is done.
There. Now we've had a capital lunch, and we're quite ready. Have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Then produce the unfortunate gentleman and his 3 well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Mercy. Mercy for Coco. Down. And mercy for Petty Sing. And mercy for people. And mercy for, Pooh-Bah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that last remark.
Mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
Yeah. The man that I was to marry, he is dead. And I have just married this unfortunate object.
Hi. You haven't been long about it.
We were married before the registrar.
Yes, sir, I am the registrar.
And everything else.
I should have guessed. I see. But my issue is that you have slain the heir apparent.
The heir apparent is not slain.
Where's my heart,
None of you heard that girlish screech, did you? I didn't think so. Bless my heart, my son.
And your daughter-in-law elected.
You have deceived me! Oh, false one, you have deceived me!
I have deceived you.
Yes, you deceived me.
Wait, I think that's the wrong musical.
What?
Isn't that from Pirates of the Caribbean? Pirates of Penzing.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Sorry, deepest apologies. It's a good show.
It is. We should do that sometime.
Maybe next year.
You... You are entitled to a little explanation.
You think?
Maybe of Gilbert and Sullivan musicals. But I find he will give it better whole rather than in pieces.
Your Majesty, I did state that I had slain the heir apparent.
With excruciating detail.
Merely cooperative detail intended to give artistic
Will you not continue to yank? Thank you. As I was saying, Your Majesty had decreed that someone must be slain within 30 days. Therefore, Your Majesty decreed it is law. If it is law, why not treat it as law? Therefore, the person to be slain is as good as dead. In fact, why not just say he is dead? Therefore, we have said he is dead. He is dead to everyone but himself and those who are very, very close to him. So therefore, he is as good as dead. So why actually kill him when he is as good as dead already? Therefore, he's dead and everybody is happy.
What?
I see. Nothing could possibly be more satisfactory.
subject I pray you be dumb.
Down, down. Productions so many are not worth a penny. The one for your guidance is mom. Mama.
You've got to get bargaining me.
On the subject we pray you be dumb, dumb, dumb. We think you have managed to come, come, come. Provide there are many who wait for a penny, who wait for a penny. There are lots of good fish in the sea. There are lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea. There's lots of good fish in the sea, 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 in the sea.
The
Thank you.